Can't talk anymore. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Everyday Upland. Wow, Upland is doing a lot of things, but I wanted to get my community's response to this question, right? And the question is, which blockchain would you like to be ported into Upland first? For me, that's very easy. I am really interested in Flow's blockchain and the type of projects they have dropped recently. So Flow, let me give them a quick search here. Flow blockchain. Here we go. So Flow has just recently dropped this one called Bobbles NFT, which are like bobbleheads, which I think is such a great idea because that is something that's been and Flow have seemed to gather a nice group of NFT drops that a lot of people are interested in. I don't know too much about their blockchain. I don't know if they're lower fees or anything like that, but I did sign up to take on NBA Top Shots, but that kind of ended before I really got a chance to really get into it and really understand it. Maybe I have to do a little bit more research on Flow, but Flow blockchain right now, to me, for me anyways, is are dropping some of the hottest projects right now. I don't know about anything else. I've been really paying attention to what Flow's been doing. So they got NBA Top Shot, they got All Day NFL, they have Bobbles, and they have a UFC one, which I haven't really seen them talk about that much on their blockchain, on their Twitter, because that's where I follow them mostly. But they're the ones I would love to see be integrated or ported into Upland. I would love to see that. Okay, imagine this. You have legits, the NFLPA legits, all right? And then you can now go out and possibly purchase the highlights for the players of the jerseys or the legits that you have. That's a great combination right there, right? With the NFL all day, you can go out and purchase the highlights of these players and stuff like that, which is awesome. The NBA Top Shot is something that I was really interested in. I wish they had kind of extended it over the summer and bring some of the old school basketball players. Like imagine having Dennis Rodman. You have Carmelo and Dennis Rodman fights, and you have even Meta World Peace, Kobe Bryant, all of these. I don't know if these have been dropped because they've done Magic a couple weeks ago. Magic Johnson NFT drop on Top Shots. I'm not sure if they've done any other players that aren't playing anymore. But it's just a great idea that they integrate these type of things. And I thought they would have done that and continued doing that throughout the summer. But right now, I guess since those sports are on a break, they're kind of just taking it easy and focusing heavily on bobblehead. And bobblehead, I'm assuming based on some of the bobbleheads I've seen, which I believe is true, is a Canadian company or Canadian producers who have dropped these NFTs on the Flow blockchain because a lot of the bobbleheads have a Blue Jays hat on, right? So the ones that I've seen, anyways, I haven't seen them all, but I've seen a lot of people show off their new bobbleheads, and to me, I like the whole idea of the bobbleheads. Let me go and check out the bobbleheads Twitter. Yes, so yeah, even when you go on their Twitter page, there's a guy here with a big beard and a bird in his beard is wearing a Blue Jays hat. So I assume they're a Canadian group of people or guys that came up with this whole idea. That's something that I would love to see ported, especially the bobbleheads. It would be so cool. I don't know how, but it would be awesome if we could turn these bobbleheads into block explorers and have the heads just bobbling the whole time you're floating around the city. That would be awesome to bring them into in Upland, whether you sell them USD or you sell them in UPX. That would be awesome. My For me, the most exciting feature in Upland is the NFT portal. This is why I'm asking that question. What blockchain would you want to see be ported into Upland first? Because there's some great stuff out there in the whole NFT space. I think the NFT space right now has kind of not really separated itself from crypto, but it's been still chugging along and hasn't really slowed down that much because of the interesting projects that are coming out. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it tonight or tomorrow, but most likely tonight because this guy stays up late. But I'm gonna have to call a friend and I gotta ask him what's going on with his friend and his artwork because Upland is now planning to introduce the portal so he can hurry up, put out his artwork because galleries and stuff like that is gonna be happening in Upland, and I want to be able to get my hands on some of his NFTs so I can port them into the game. Probably open a gallery, probably open a meta venture, and sell some of his stuff. So it's just great right now what's happening in Upland, and I hope they can expand it out to. I know Flow definitely, which I did say from a long time ago will happen. Flow. Okay, there. I'm back. Okay, right now. Okay, here we go. Hopefully, it can stay still and not start loading up again. But it would be great if they could port in all these different blockchain. Polygon is something that I'll be able to hopefully someone who's crazy enough to bring in the laid back llama because that makes absolute sense for Upland because Upland uses a llama. There's an NFT project called Laid Back Llama, which I'm quite familiar with. That was gonna be one of my first NFT purchase, but I didn't end up doing it. I just kind of procrastinated and didn't jump on it. But yeah, great, great. Upland for life. What's going on, man? I'm gonna pose this question for you. Which blockchain would you like to see ported first in Upland so we can get trading, start up a gallery, a meta venture, selling these NFTs that are great, that are out there that people love and want to would be I think would work amazingly into Upland. And one of the things that I'm really looking forward to is the galleries, right? And the showrooms, people showing off, people say put in all of your NFTs on your social media, you can come into Upland, you could either come into Upland, buy a property, build a structure, or you buy a structure that's already built from somebody, one of the Upland players currently, buy a structure from them and display port all of your NFTs or some of your NFTs into Upland and host a gallery, and you can charge Uplanders to come in and view your stuff. All in all, that would be awesome for the game. That would be crazy if that starts to happen. The amount of new players that will come into the game, even if they come in as a not necessarily a visitor, but an uplander and make the purchase of buying at least one property. Um, what's it called? At least one property with a structure and display everything. Hold on, what'd you say here? Honestly, haven't thought about it. I'll probably look into it soon. Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, with how the speed of how Upland is doing things, I think these things are going to be happening quite quickly, and that's why I said, you know what, this episode I want to pose that question to my audience because that is something that is just around the corner. Um, I'm telling you, I have this feeling within me that Upland will be dropping features like crazy. We're gonna be here like, whoa, what are we gonna do? Whoa, we're gonna do. I hope Wolf Warren can come in on this because he's very familiar with the NBA Top Shots and the whole Flow blockchain and the other NFTs that they have on there. I'm not sure if he's into the whole baubles, but I know there's one I saw him on Twitter talking about something like pine or pineapple or something like that, where he's bought a whole bunch. So he has a whole bunch of different NFTs, and I'm sure he'll be excited to bring those into the Upland metaverse and all the structures that he's have built and pick his favorite one and display those NFTs, if not sell. Did you see where they put the Upland llama? Yes, yes, I did see it. Yeah, but not too much response. I haven't seen a lot of response from it from players or people who are familiar with Upland and have taken the picture because they want you to take pictures of it and send it to them, right? So they can see. I hope they do that here. I don't really take the subway here, but I'll find a reason to get into one of those subways and take a picture with that. Wonder how many people that will bring it in and what else. It's going to be a lot of different things. Right now, I believe it's just going to be the different types of NFTs um, on the blockchain that are out there. They'll bring into it. I know Upland is considering bringing non NFTs into Upland, but it's something where they're gonna have to work on to see how that will work within the game and what the utility will be. Because you don't really want to like everyone's been complaining, including myself, have been complaining for utility for the homes, utility for all these different things. They're complaining for utility for the legits. That is coming because that's the whole fan thing, and they may even do collections. They did mention during Genesis Week, so there's a lot there, and I think a lot of people, who other than like I would say a lot of other people who has NFT other than Upland will be excited. I think to bring in some of those NFTs, right, to port them into the game and display them. So it's another way of generating income because I believe Upland is trying to bring in all these different features so people can buy and sell and make money other than just buying and sitting on properties. Because I've been sitting on my properties. I haven't really bought any properties in the last 2 days, or haven't really been in the game traveling or doing a lot of stuff. I've been just holding and waiting and collecting as much income as I can, and just to build up my UPEX account because like I envy these guys who have like 2-3 million UPEX just sitting there. Because for me, if I was like that, like those things, I'm continuously buying. Like still in Kansas City. I like it here. I like the fact that majority of the top dogs are not here, so I can just roam around and pick and choose whatever property I would like to purchase, right? This is why I need to get my yield up in the game. So cities that turn out to be ghost towns, which is what I'm going to call Kansas, it's a ghost town because not too many people are really there or top dogs are really there. So yeah, it's great. I'm still waiting on multiple buildings on one property. If it can fit, then implement boost or something. Yeah, well, you know what? That is great because there's some properties that are massive, and I have quite a bit of those that are big, and it's not like I'm gonna put like a manufacturing factory on all of these properties. So it does make sense if I could put a tall, like a high-rise building, a small townhouse, and just a regular sized townhouse on these properties and decorate it with ornaments. I'm also excited about ornaments because you get to decorate your place, put grass, all these things, and I think that's where the STEM token will come in when you'll be able to decorate your property and all these type of things. But I think that's still some time away with the multi properties and the decorations and the STEM token. Maybe they'll come out with ornaments for your properties soon. But I think with other stuff like if you want to start up farming and those type of things, those that's probably further on down the road where when things get slow, they'll have a couple, little decent features to bring in. Yeah. So, like a certain booth for each building would be great. You know what? That would be great because, but at the same time, the community pool would get drained a lot, I believe, if there was any more. Like they would have to, in order for them, just my thought, anyways, in order for them to say do that multiple buildings on one property plus have a boost, they would have to lower the interest or the amount paid per property because if, for example, a guy like Abdullah has a lot of large size properties and say he's able to build 4 or 5 structure on each property. Imagine the boost he'll be able to get, especially if say some of these properties are like a rare collection where it's over. I think it's what over 2%, almost 3%. Let me just check 1 second for collections, and let's see what it is here in Kansas City. Where am I? This Kansas. Okay, Kansas City. All right. So see, almost 3%, right? 2.81 times. So that's quite a bit. So they would have to reduce, I believe, anyways, the boost in order to get to in order to have people put in multiple structures on a one property because it would be very expensive for Upland for us to do that, and then the yields in not the yield, the community pool would get drained quite quickly if they did that. But all in all the stuff that Upland is coming out with is great for the game. I'm excited for the NFT portal. I'm excited for ornaments for when that starts. I'm excited to see what the whole race and the whole idea, transportation, all of that stuff, logistics, all of those things to be brought into the game. Factories, right? That will be another thing is factories. So all the people who bought vans and SUVs and semis will be going to all these factories, picking up whatever they need to pick up and bring it to the different meta venture shops to be resold. And also, I did see that the SUVs are completed in Upland right now. So most likely the van and the semi is next. So deliveries of these SUVs are going to be happening soon, and then we'll get the vans and then the SUVs. And I hope they do come in and bring in 99 to 200 to 300 more semis because I really and truly want to get me a semi. All right, hold on, another one here. What if they put each boost to each property like the smaller, the less if you can hold to the boost could make it to like 4 out of 5. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what they have to do. They have to set it at a certain point because, like him, he's got a lot of massive properties, right? So for him, not a huge boost to each, just a little. Yeah, well, yeah, that I can see that happening, but they would have to really consider it because of the size of some of the properties, right? And maybe they could also limit it to 3 or 4. on one the most, that would kind of lower the not lower, but it wouldn't reduce the community pool as fast because as far as I've checked, and I haven't checked in a little bit, maybe about a month, is that the community pool is pretty stacked. Upland is doing well when it comes to the community pool. This is why all the transactions that we make a portion, I think the 5%, either it's the 5% the seller pays or the 5% the buyer pays or both. I'm not 100% goes towards the community pool and all the plane rides, the train rides, all the traveling in Upland goes to the community pool. So, it's the community pool is pretty full right now. It's not draining at any point. Like Upland has the way they set it up, based on what I understand, is that it's gonna hold for a long time, right? They may reduce the earnings, which will keep the pool where it's at. But other than that, it's a good thing once they start reducing the earnings on properties, especially once the portal opens. The NFT portal is here, and people are able to bring in NFTs from all over. Port that into Upland. All the meta ventures. People who want to sell block explorers can sell block explorers. People who have a connection to someone who has a lot of NBA Top Shots could have a Top Shots meta venture. NFL All Day, that's another one which goes hand in hand with legits, where you can buy legits from the stadiums and then go out and get the NFL All Day for the players and get the highlights of those players that you own the jersey of, which is a great combination. Both of those two work hand in hand, and I don't see that the legits NFLPA legits losing any value if something like Flow blockchain comes in and bring in the all day NFL. It would be a great mesh. You have your jersey, plus you have the highlights of all the players of all your favorite players. Like Upland for Life, you could have the highlights. For example, say NBA Top Shots does a highlight reel of all the best Randall Cobb catches, um, and you have his jersey, and someone is selling that highlight, and you're able to pick it up, right? And have that with the jersey. And if you want to resell that, you can say, "Hey, I have the jersey for Randall Cobb, plus I have all of his highlights for all of 2021, all of 2022, all of 2020, and so on and so forth." That would be awesome, right? So, the blockchains that they're planning on bringing in has a lot of great projects on it. So it's just a matter of time. It's a wait and see to see how they bring out these ideas and bring these things to life, because Upland will be a game changer once you start porting in these popular NFTs. Like imagine what is it? Board Eight or Board Ape Yacht Club or something like that. I don't know the name. Like I'm not too familiar with a lot of these other NFTs, but imagine someone who has a couple of those, who was one of the first individuals to get on there and say they have 20 of those NFTs and they'll sold 10, but they kept some of the rarer ones or some of the ones that were their own favorite, and they just decided, hey, let me port those into Upland. I have a gallery and show off all the NFTs that I have. That would be awesome for the game. It would be great. Let's see this next one. If there was a way that I could somehow put them together like the Top Shot shows, which is yeah, it was just I know. Well, I'm just saying, right? I don't know how it is, but it will be great to be able to merge those two or package them if, say, Top Shot comes into the game. Sorry, not Top Shot. NFL. the NFLPA and NFL All Day to merge those two. Top Shots, if that comes into here, they bring that into Upland, that would be awesome. The NBA or Upland would have to somehow go to the Players Association for the NBA and try and get their jerseys and merge those two together and have both of them there so you can have the highlights and the jersey of any player that you would like. And now that Upland is now expanding and going to Rio and Portugal, like I believe that the portal NFTs that are coming are definitely going to be official because it seems as if soccer is a little different from other major sports where you don't need the entire league's permission to do these things. You just need the teams and the club's permission to do it or agreement you have to sign with them, which is even easier because at the end of the day, once you get certain clubs in and other clubs like, okay, maybe we want to try that because this club, that club, and this other club is in the metaverse, we want to take part. We would gladly join up to Upland and just that would just get the ball rolling and get um even more teams on board to create legits of whatever type, whether it's F1, like we've talked about, NASCAR, more soccer clubs, and NBA, as well as you have the NFLPA and possibly NFL All Day. It would be, I think Upland would challenge OpenSea, and I think it's called Rarible, is another platform that people use to buy and sell NFTs. I think Upland would be talked about, maybe not on the same level as OpenSea, for example, but it would be a close second or third because it's another place that you can go that you can now, on top of buying NFTs, you could buy a property with a structure because so many people are building now. You could buy and new structures that are into the game, right? Which is going to just bring another little new dimension to the game and a new look to the game. People will be able to come in, buy these properties with structures on it, decide that they're going to open a meta venture, but their meta venture is going to be a gallery of some sort. That would be awesome. That would make the game on a whole nother level, and it's something that a lot of people would be interested in and want to be a part of. Because just like how you have Sandbox and all these other ones that got popular because of the celebrities that joined, imagine that. And then I even forgot about this music, whether it's going to be artists, their music, or it's going to be something music related, right? All of those things in Upland is going to put Upland on a whole nother level. So I'm excited to see what Upland is going to bring for this whole NFT portal. I'm excited to see what blockchain they're going to go with first. I think Wax have already been tested. Um, Flow has already been tested. Ethereum, I'm not sure on that. Maybe I'm not sure if at the time if CryptoKitties was on ETH at the time. I'm not 100%. I didn't really understand or know anything about the whole NFT at that time, so I don't even know what blockchain that was on before it was ported into Upland. So it's going to be something similar that they did with CryptoKitties, is what they'll do to the various other blockchains that they have in the game, and to bring a whole different perspective to Upland and a new outlook. And we don't necessarily have to focus on the income from properties that we purchase in game and holding that. You could now come into the game, forget about city releases and stuff like that, and get a meta venture, right? Port in all the NFTs that you want to sell and open a meta venture just to sell NFTs, right? So there's a lot of different perspectives that can be brought in once this NFT portal goes live. I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to say it at the very end again. Which blockchain would you like to see ported in Upland first, right? Because that's going to be something to talk about, and I'll be here to report it. Absolutely. No questions asked. Yeah. So, all in all, that's how it goes, man. Yeah, question, Upland for life. How are your structures coming along? How many you building? Where are they located? I have some spark I can throw your way if needed. Let me know. Let me know if you have anything going on right now, if you have everything built already, just sitting on. And would you open a meta venture of some kind, whether it's a gallery, a car wash, mechanic shop, whatever, you know what I mean? What would you do? What would you open a meta venture in Upland? Because that's another way of generating. Okay, let me type that out and go check it out. 137 Street. All right, let me go check this one out. Queens. Come on. Come on. Load up. See, this property here almost looks like it's already has multiple structures, but it's not. I think this is like a ranch house or something. Oh, that's yours. Oh, so where did my guy go? Oh, look at the house that you're building. Oh, yo, look at that. Oh, you're gonna be finished soon. Contribute to construction. I think I have this one. All right, yeah, that's it. Let's see how many days. Sorry. Let's see how many days that would be. Okay, down. Yeah, you're down to 32 days. So there you go. I just added some more to help you build. What is this? Let me. I don't know why it brought me here, but the here address is over here. Let's see this property here. Ooh, that's quite a bit. But this is a nice. This is a see like a property like this is apartment buildings. You could put an apartment building here, or I think one would fit here as well. And you say you put an apartment building, you could probably build two or three just standard sized townhouses, and then maybe another like modern home or something right here. There's a lot of space. This is a nice buy. This is a nice buy. It's a nice property. Look how is this the water right here? Look how close that is. That's walking distance from the water. Wow, that's nice. That's a really nice space. All right, that's good, man. The gallery's a great idea because people can come in and see what NFTs or whatever it is that you're showing off in there. Yeah, no problem for the help, man. No problem. I want to build a big another big house on the other side directly behind an apartment building and extra space. Yeah, you have the space. Like this is a nice size property. Like you can do so much with it. You can do a lot with it. Like with the multi-property on here, because the way you even put this one is perfect too, right? So you can do it most definitely. Is this one yours too? No. Let's see what other one. Okay, well, yeah, man, looks good. So like imagine like a property like this. Imagine what you could do. You could build an apartment building down here. You could build some townhouses going this way, right? Townhouses going this way. Like so much could be done on there if they allow you to do that many structures on one property. But I'm just saying, like so much can be done. So many things. But anyways, guys, that's all I have for today. I want to thank you again, Upland for Life, for coming in and watching the live and chatting with me. It was great. It's this one here is a question that I would love you guys. Please comment down below. Okay, let me know. I really want to know what blockchain you guys would love to see be ported first into Upland. Um, if you want, you can share what ideas you would have for that blockchain or what you would do, whether you'd open a gallery, would you open a meta venture selling these block explorers or whatever it is. But there's so many opportunities coming in Upland. It would be great to see. All right, guys, but that's it for me. If you like the content that I put out, please hit that like button and subscribe and share it. Leave a comment down below if there's anything I missed, anything you want me to talk about, or any questions that you have. I do respond within 24 hours. So, or even less than that sometimes, in like, sometimes I do it in like 3-4 hours, just depends on what I have going on. And also, don't forget, is coming up soon. Vehicles are being delivered. Get yourself in a node that has a racing track. Hopefully you can get on a on the track itself, the same street, and have a property on there, or you purchase a property with a structure on there, or whatever it is. But get involved. A lot of things are coming in Upland and it's going quickly. Yes, man. Thank you, man. You too. You have a good night. And I'm out, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. Good night, y'all.